the popular 70s band Edwin Starr, war. What is it good for? That's the message that thousands of people, including Iraqi veterans and college students, are trying to get out today here in Washington, D.C. It's the March on the Capitol.
They arrived in busloads from all over the country and gathered outside the White House on Saturday morning. Protesters carried signs calling for an immediate end to the war in Iraq and for the impeachment of President Bush and Vice President Cheney. Jeff Millard spent a year in Iraq with the Army National Guard. Now he's the president of the D.C. chapter of Iraq Veterans Against the War. According to him, the march from the White House to the Capitol building is a move from protest to mass resistance. He says they're trying to send a clear message to the federal government.
We're not waiting for the election. The American people want the troops home. The U.S. military wants to be home. The Iraqi people want our troops to go home. And it's time that we started to listen to the will of the peoples across the world.
Dozens of college students were there, either to march in the anti-war protest or join the hundreds of others who lined the sidewalks to show their support of the Iraq war.
Everybody is not against this war, and that this war is both being fought abroad and it's also being fought here at home. And there's a whole generation of people who do believe in the war and do support the troops and their mission.
The atmosphere was heated as advocates from both sides shouted insults at one another. The Associated Press reports that at least 190 people were arrested when they tried to get past a police barricade blocking the steps to the Capitol building. Others participated in a die-in by lying down in the grass. Malone senior Brittany Railing is studying in Washington this semester and went to the protest as an observer. She says the war is not talked about enough at Malone or among college students in general.
I think that they just feel disconnected from it all. They aren't feeling the direct effects of it. Like in a case of Vietnam, people were feeling the direct effects of that war. The draft was going on. I think that really got people's attention, where in this case there is no draft and people are just disconnected.
Matt Strayer, MeTV Cable News, Washington.